Margaret's neighbors thought she was lying. A 93-year-old woman living alone, walking 2 miles before sunrise, carrying her own groceries up 3 flights of stairs. No walker, no cane, no pills. When her doctor saw her blood pressure at 118/72, he ran the test twice. Her arteries were as flexible as a woman in her 50s. She told him it started with 1 drink every morning for 4 years. Today I'm breaking down her exact 7-step morning to evening protocol, starting with the single drink that reversed decades of circulatory damage. Here's what nobody explains properly. After 60, your body starts shutting down production of the single most important molecule for your entire cardiovascular system, nitric oxide. Your body produces up to 70% less nitric oxide than it did when you were young. 70%. That number should terrify you. Nitric oxide is the master molecule that keeps your arteries relaxed, flexible, and wide open. Without it, your blood vessels shrink, they stiffen, they narrow, and your blood struggles to reach your extremities. This isn't about cold toes, this is about your survival. When circulation collapses, your muscles starve for oxygen. Waste products accumulate faster than your body can clear them. Nerve damage accelerates. That tingling in your feet? That's your nerves screaming for blood flow they're not getting. The cramping that forces you to stop mid-walk? That's your muscles suffocating. Your skin changes color. Wounds heal slower. Your balance deteriorates because the sensory nerves in your feet can't communicate properly with your brain. And microclots start forming in those narrowed vessels. You can't see them. You can't feel them. But they're there, multiplying every single day. This is how strokes happen. This is how limbs are lost. The standard medical advice to take an aspirin, move more, elevate your legs, only treats symptoms. It does nothing to fix the root cause, your body's collapsing nitric oxide production. But certain natural compounds force your body to produce nitric oxide again. Through biochemistry validated in thousands of clinical studies. Your body converts substances called dietary nitrates into nitric oxide through a 2-step process. Bacteria on your tongue convert nitrates into nitrites. Your stomach acid then transforms those nitrites into a surge of nitric oxide. When this happens, your blood vessels open like 4-lane highways instead of staying clenched like blocked alleyways. Blood flow to your legs can jump 40 to 60% in a single day. Margaret understood this before most doctors did, and she built her entire protocol around it. Here are the 7 steps. Step 1. The foundation drink, pure beetroot juice. Beets contain the highest concentration of dietary nitrates in any drinkable form. 1 8-ounce glass delivers 300 to 400 milligrams of nitrates. Your body converts these into nitric oxide with ruthless efficiency. Blood flow increases 30 to 50% within 2 to 3 hours. A landmark study in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that older adults who drank beetroot juice daily for 15 days showed a 45% improvement in leg blood flow, 38% reduction in arterial stiffness, 22% improvement in walking endurance, and significant reduction in claudication pain, that deep aching cramp that forces you to grab a bench. Margaret drinks 8 ounces every single morning. No added sugars, no preservatives, no blends. Just pressed beets in a glass. She told me her feet hadn't felt warm in over a decade before she started this. Within 72 hours of her first glass, heat returned to her toes for the first time in years. She cried. She actually cried. Most grocery stores carry pure beetroot juice for $6 to $8 a bottle. You can also juice your own. 4 medium beets make roughly 8 ounces. The taste is earthy and sweet. Some people add a squeeze of lemon to cut the earthiness. Others mix in a small piece of fresh ginger for a warming kick that actually enhances the circulatory effect. The entire protocol costs roughly $30 a month. Compare that to prescription circulation medications that run hundreds per month with side effect lists that would terrify you. One warning: your urine might turn pink. It's called bituria, and it happens in 10 to 15% of people, completely harmless. If you have a history of kidney stones, consult your doctor first because beets contain oxalates. But for the vast majority of people over 60, this is the single most powerful drink you can consume for leg circulation. If this is already making sense, tap that subscribe button so you don't miss the remaining 6 steps. They build on each other and the results compound. But the drink alone isn't enough. What separates Margaret's results from everyone else's mediocre attempts is something nobody talks about: the timing. Step 2. The absorption window. Margaret drinks her beetroot juice first thing in the morning before anything else. Before coffee, before food, before brushing her teeth. When your stomach is clear, nitrate absorption is maximized. Food interferes with the conversion process and can slash effectiveness by 40%. You're throwing nearly half the benefit away if you eat first. Then she waits a full 30 minutes before touching breakfast. During this window, the nitrates are being actively converted on her tongue and in her stomach. This is the peak biochemical window where the magic happens. Your saliva is doing work that no supplement capsule can replicate because the oral bacteria are processing the nitrates in real time. Swallowing a pill bypasses this critical oral conversion step entirely, which is exactly why beetroot capsules underperform real juice by such a wide margin. And here's a detail that almost nobody knows. She does not use mouthwash during this time. The bacteria on your tongue are essential for the first step of nitrate conversion. Commercial mouthwash kills these bacteria dead. Use mouthwash within 2 hours of drinking the juice and you destroy up to 90% of the nitric oxide production. Margaret hasn't used commercial mouthwash in 4 years. She brushes with baking soda instead. Now those 30 minutes are up. Breakfast time, and this is where step 3 kicks in. The garlic amplifier. Margaret's breakfast always includes 1 fresh crushed garlic clove mixed into whatever she's eating. Garlic contains allicin, a sulfur-rich compound that attacks circulation from a completely different angle than the beets. Allicin widens blood vessels through a separate pathway. It makes blood platelets less sticky and far less likely to clump into dangerous clots. And it reduces the chronic inflammation that drives plaque formation. Think of it this way: the beetroot juice forces open the highway. The garlic makes sure the traffic flows smoothly and nothing clogs the lanes. 2 attacks from 2 different directions at the same time. The key is crushing the garlic fresh. You need to physically break the cell walls to release the allicin. Pre-minced garlic sitting in a jar has already lost most of its potency through oxidation. Crush a fresh clove, let it sit exposed to air for 10 minutes to fully activate the compounds. Then add it to your eggs, toast, oatmeal, whatever you prefer. That 10-minute activation window is backed by research. Skip it and you lose roughly half the vascular benefit. If you know someone struggling with cold feet or heavy legs, send them this video right now. What comes next is where the protocol truly accelerates. Step 4. The second heart walk. After breakfast, Margaret takes her 2-mile walk. Not before the juice, after. The timing is deliberate and scientific. By this point, the nitric oxide from the beetroot juice has fully kicked in. Her arteries are dilated, her blood is flowing faster, and now she activates a second circulation engine that most people don't even know exists. Your calf muscles are called your second heart. Every step you take, every time your ankle flexes, those muscles squeeze the deep veins in your legs and physically push blood back up toward your heart against the force of gravity. When you walk right after the nitric oxide surge, you combine chemical vasodilation with mechanical pumping. 2 engines driving circulation simultaneously. Margaret's legs feel lighter during these walks. Her endurance is higher, her recovery is faster. She told me she used to need 2 rest stops during a short grocery run. Now she walks 2 miles without pausing once. You don't need 2 miles. Start with whatever distance feels comfortable. 10 minutes is enough to activate the calf pump. Even simple ankle pumps while seated count if mobility is limited. The critical thing is the sequence. Juice first, wait, eat with garlic, then walk. The morning protocol is locked in. But Margaret discovered something that changed her results dramatically. Nitric oxide levels naturally dip in the afternoon as the morning dose of beetroot juice wears off. This creates a dangerous window where your vessels start to tighten again, blood pressure creeps up, and the heavy leg feeling returns. Step 5 fills that gap. The afternoon shield. Every afternoon, Margaret steeps 2 hibiscus tea bags in hot water for a full 10 minutes. Hibiscus contains organic acids and anthocyanins that lower blood pressure and improve blood flow through a mechanism completely different from beetroot. Research shows hibiscus tea improved blood flow by 31% after just 6 weeks. Combined with the morning beetroot juice, the effect compounds beautifully. Her blood vessels stay relaxed and open around the clock instead of fading by lunch. The taste is tart, almost cranberry-like. If you need sweetness, add stevia or monk fruit. 0 blood sugar impact, full circulation benefits. And this step costs about $3 for a box that lasts an entire month. Compare that to prescription vasodilators costing hundreds with side effects that fill entire pages. Margaret calls this her afternoon insurance policy. We're past the halfway mark. If this protocol is clicking for you, hit that like button. It tells me to keep making videos like this one. Step 6. The berry defense. Every day, Margaret eats a generous handful of dark berries, blueberries and blackberries specifically. These are packed with anthocyanins, plant chemicals that protect the delicate inner lining of your arteries, the endothelium. This lining is the exact spot where all clogging begins. Anthocyanins act like an invisible shield, preventing damage from free radicals and oxidative stress. When this lining stays healthy, plaque has nowhere to grip. But here's the real power move. Studies show that anthocyanins keep nitric oxide active in the bloodstream significantly longer. The morning beetroot juice and afternoon hibiscus tea extend their benefits well into the evening instead of fading. The morning opens the highways, the berries keep them open. Within a month of adding daily berries, Margaret noticed the grayish pallor on her lower legs fading. The skin looked healthier, pinker, more alive. That visible change is a direct reflection of improved microcirculation beneath the surface. Fresh or frozen makes no difference. Margaret buys frozen in bulk because they're cheaper and retain their full anthocyanin content. The delivery method is irrelevant. The daily consistency is everything. Step 7. The evening repair. This is the step that turns short-term relief into long-term reversal. A full teaspoon of turmeric with a small pinch of black pepper in her dinner. The active compound curcumin is one of the most potent natural anti-inflammatories known to science. While you sleep, your body shifts into repair mode. Growth hormone peaks, cellular regeneration accelerates, damaged tissue gets priority attention. By taking curcumin before bed, you flood your system with anti-inflammatory fuel during peak healing hours. Plaque formation is fundamentally an inflammatory process. Inflammation irritates the arterial walls. Your body patches the damage with sticky fats and hardened calcium. Those patches accumulate silently over decades. Curcumin cools down the overheated environment inside your arteries that drives all that damage. It also improves artery lining health and boosts nitric oxide availability. The black pepper is non-negotiable. It increases curcumin absorption by 2,000%. Without it, turmeric passes through your system virtually unused. Margaret says this step doesn't feel dramatic. No immediate warmth, no tingling. But over months, it's the difference between managing symptoms and actually reversing the damage at its source. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 7 steps you're starting with first. I read every single one. Now before you begin, let me save you from the 5 mistakes that quietly destroy this entire protocol. Mistake 1. Buying processed beetroot products. The supplement industry has flooded the market with beetroot powders and capsules containing a fraction of the nitrates found in real juice. Many are padded with fillers, sugars, and synthetic ingredients. If the label says anything other than pure pressed beets, leave it on the shelf. Mistake 2. Skipping the empty stomach rule. Your digestive system can only prioritize one task at a time. When it's busy breaking down proteins and fats, nitrate conversion takes a back seat and absorption drops sharply. Not with toast, not with crackers. Clear stomach only. Mistake 3. Expecting instant transformation and quitting. You'll feel warmth within hours. The cramping may ease within days. But the deep vascular healing, the arterial flexibility, the capillary regeneration, that takes weeks of consistent daily commitment. Margaret built her results over 4 years of never missing a single morning. Consistency is the entire game. Mistake 4. Chronic dehydration. Your blood is over 50% water in the form of plasma. If you're not drinking 6 to 8 glasses throughout the day, your blood becomes thick, sticky, and difficult to push through your arteries. Even with dilated vessels, thick blood flows slowly and clots more easily. Margaret drinks water all day long. She keeps a refillable bottle with her at all times and sips consistently, rather than gulping large amounts at once. She calls it the cheapest medicine on earth. Mistake 5. Stopping your prescribed medications without medical guidance. This protocol supports your circulation powerfully, but any changes to your medication must go through your doctor first. These steps work alongside medical care, not as a replacement. Margaret's doctor monitors her progress at every visit. That partnership between patient and physician is part of what makes this work. Avoid these 5 traps and the protocol delivers exactly what Margaret experienced. Here's what happened at her last checkup. Her doctor ran the standard blood work. Clean across the board, then blood pressure. 118/72, at 93 years old. He ran the test twice because he thought the equipment had failed. Arterial stiffness score, equivalent to a woman in her mid-50s. Flow-mediated dilation, better than people decades younger. He asked what medications she was taking. None. What supplements? None. What changed 4 years ago? She said 1 drink every morning and 6 more daily habits that cost her less than $1 a day combined. He pulled out a notepad, recorded her entire routine step by step, and pinned it to his office wall next to his medical degrees. 3 of his senior patients now follow the exact same protocol. 1 of them reported warmer feet within the first week. That's not a feel-good story. That's a doctor changing his practice because one 93-year-old woman proved that fixing the root cause beats chasing symptoms. Margaret's protocol is now yours. If this gave you hope, subscribe so you never miss a video like this. Tell me in the comments what health topic you want me to cover next, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Start tomorrow morning. 8 ounces, empty stomach, 7 steps, 30 days. Your legs will thank you.